Today's the day I finally get to show you the updates my husband and I did to the kitchen a while ago. If you enjoy this kind of video, would you give it a thumbs up? But let's get started. There's a lot to show you. All of this to get a refrigerator in the house. He got it out. I missed it. And then they're panicking trying to get food out of the fridge. It's gonna have to go up just a little bit more, huh? Okay, that's good. Afraid they're gonna show up before the food's out. I got it. I'm just waiting. Just waiting for it to go and then I'm still in there. You don't do that every day. It's the next day, or the day, or it's not the next day. This is the next time I'm working on the kitchen. Now I've got to work on the cabinets. And we've got some major chips happening, do some preparation. And I've decided I'm going to take all the handles off and wipe them all down, clean them with soap and water so they're really clean. Okay, this is the worst spot right here. And it's because I've got silverware. And so what happens is when people put the silver away from the dishwashers right here, they keep just tossing it. This is gummy here, so I'm going to really do a good job. And you can see how it's all chipped in here. This cabinet right here is another one that really needs some work. I just feel that the dirt goes beyond just my normal spraying with Mrs. Meyer's. It really needs a good clean, but I don't want to risk the finish by doing anything harsh. So I'm just going to go ahead, put my tunes on, and I'm going to get taking all these cabinet handles off. And you might go, isn't that a little extreme? Well, maybe.
When you reach the point of no return, when you feel like you've had enough, there's an angel who sings and a voice that is leading you home.
So surprised she stopped.
Let the rays of light shine down on you. Let the sun wash away your tears when you're lost and alone and the whole world is turning its back.
So I have to now repair the paint.
The time is right, no shortcut and no easy ride. Your eyes are open wide enough to see the dark and light. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la la, sha la la la.
All the cabinets are touched up. It went better than I thought it would. I feel really good. Look how good those drawers are looking. And I'm just gonna let them sit open. I've got the dog locked outside so she can't come in and close the doors. Today's a big day. I'm getting a new sink and a new tap. And I'm so excited. And my husband's gonna install it. Now while he's doing that, I'm going to install the new handles because the tap is gold. It has a little bit of black, but it's gold. And as soon as I saw he had kind of set it up, I thought, well, the black handles look okay, but it really needs gold. And I bought all my handles on Amazon. The black ones that were on here before and these, because you can buy new handles on Amazon for not much at all. It's a really great way to update your kitchen. Here's the new sink. I'm excited. It is gunmetal is the color, so it will blend in better with our black countertop. There is the faucet. You see how pretty it is? It's gold, and it's going to match these handles perfectly. When you are purchasing new handles, what you'll do is measure the distance between the holes. Of course, if you're going to go from a handle like this to a single knob, then you will have to fill the holes and then drill a new hole for your handle. Easiest thing is to just buy replacements that are the same size, same distance. It's what you already have. Now, this would be going better if I wasn't trying to talk. Because what I need to do is hold that in. I get it started. There, that will work better. Sometimes the screw is a little harder to get in others, but you have to screw it all the way down. And you can use a drill. I've just had a lot more trouble with the screw head stripping. So in the end, I ended up spending less time. And you see a little screwdriver like this works fast because it will fit in your hand. I'm liking them. I'm liking them. Now you know why I took the handles off. You missed it when we took the old sink out. Be glad, because it turned out the seal in the old sink had failed. And so it was just underneath here, the most disgusting. And unfortunately that meant that like water came down here. So this part of the sink is damaged. We already knew the cabinet was damaged because we had a water filter under there that failed and leaked. He has to take off the side mounts.
Yes.
Okay. Is it gonna go in? Uh-oh.
Getting closer.
Yep.
No cigar yet.
Something is stopping it from going down.
It's that little chunk of...
Is that little piece of granite?
It's that chunk of granite.
Well, now he has to take off the front mounts. The mounts are short enough they would land right in the middle of the granite. There's no point to the mounts. And that sink is heavy. It's heavy. It's not going to be flying off. I'm going to try to put the sink in again. Wish us luck.
Okay. Get the hoses, make sure they're in.
Okay, there. Wait. Fingers.
Looks nice though.
It looks really nice. It's going to look beautiful once we can get it in there.
Once we get it in there.
Is it?
I got 3 more in the back.
Oh, so it's the mammoths, not the granite.
Well, it's still, the granite's still going to be a problem. Yeah, they're far enough out.
So it's just this little piece of granite. But is it this right?
It's here. It's
Just right that, so you just need to cut off that little
just
piece.
a little bit.
We just came from Lowe's, where we spent about $300 because we had to buy a new disposal, plumbing parts, some tools, and some paint for the bottom of the cabinet because it's all messed up. Is that correct?
That's it.
But now we're getting Chick-fil-A with some lemonade, and then after we eat that, I want ice cream. And then after we should feel better to go home and continue the project. I couldn't stop to film the action because there was a lot of action. You put silicone there and then the silicone squished out and we were trying to wipe off the extra, and then Gary looked up really quick and found out the mineral spirits took it off, so we're working to get all the extra off. And look at how beautiful that is with this gold faucet. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful sink. It just goes so well with our countertop. This is such a good sink, and especially for the price. Lowe's didn't have any sinks as nice as this, even for twice as much. I'm going to put a link in the description for this sink and this tap, in case you're interested. It does come in other finishes. Look how nice this is looking. It's not cleaned up yet. Gary's still working under the sink. He ended up with the wrong part, so he's had to go back to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever it is. But we've got a lot done. Updating a kitchen is not a one-day project. And he's given me the task of watching the new plumbing under the sink. He just tried the sink and he goes, oh, wait a minute, I have to turn the water on. Okay, well, there was nothing leaked, so
Well,
let's see what happens here.
see what happens here. Okay. They're just half turns.
Okay. Got water up there?
Yeah, let me run it.
Okay.
That's cold.
No water, no water, no water here. No water here. No water here. I'm going to give you a little tour of the things that happened in the kitchen. Now that the kitchen's all cleaned up and looking pretty. The first thing we did was we got a new refrigerator. The old one is out in the garage. It had so many problems, I just kind of felt like I can't take it anymore. And one of the things that I wanted was a refrigerator that resisted fingerprints. And then I really wanted a lot of ice because we have so many people with great big cups filling up their ice. This freezer does something really cool. Look at these ice cubes. You see these balls, these spheres? So it makes cubed up here and crushed. And those balls are just absolutely perfect for the big Stanley-sized cups, and the balls last a long, long time. Then it leaves it free for me to get my cubed ice. And then inside, it's nice. You saw it when I was putting it together. And I really like that it has the two freezer drawers instead of the one. This top drawer, I keep all the fruits in my smoothie items. One of the things that I just desperately needed was a new sink. We made this mistake of buying a really cheap stainless steel sink. It got so scratched and ruined that it always looked dirty. And then it had a small bowl on this side and then a larger bowl. and the disposal was in the small bowl. I thought that I'd really like that it made this side bigger. But what I discovered for me is that when I was cleaning, I wanted the food to go down in the disposal. So there I would have some big pan and the disposal, right? And then I had this tap that always turned on spray by default. So you turn it on, you have a big pan like a cookie sheet or something, it would start spraying and there would be water all over the sink, all over the counter, and all over me. And I got so tired of it. So we rarely use the large sink because everybody wanted to get the food down to the disposal because it was a problem to move the food to disposal. I really had thought that would be the best idea, but I found out I really didn't like it. So this time I decided I wanted to try a sink that only had one drain, and it's the disposal drain. So I bought this from Amazon, and I really, really like it. It's gunmetal, and because I got sick, I couldn't immediately make the end of the video. So I've had a little time to work with it and use it, and all of us, and it has taken some getting used to because of our tap is so different. This sprays and this moves around, you see, and it will spray, and then you can, you always have to turn this on right here. And so this is what controls the heat in the water, but you can leave it out all the time and the water won't come out unless you actually go like this. You can lock it so that it will stay on spray. And then this one is like the normal tap. And so this just controls how much water comes out, and this controls the temperature. So that has taken a little bit getting used to. The longer I have it, the more I like it. I end up finding that I do this all the time. I might leave this on and go like this because it's more closely related to what I used to do. But I am just really enjoying this sink. It's called a workstation sink, and so it came with some accessories. It came with this rack that you can take out, and the purpose of the rack is to help your sink not get so scratched. And then it has one of these drying racks. I owned one of those, but it was always bothersome the way it sat on top. And I have found that I keep this here all the time. Of course, I can move it over to the other side. And it's really nice if I wash dishes. Now, the problem with the sink is that it is so large, so if you want to hand wash a small amount of dishes, of small things like measuring cups and spoons, then this is too large. So what I do when I want to do that is I get out one of my large stainless steel bowls and use that and then rinse it and dry it. And I have enjoyed that. It has these two accessories. I haven't used yet because I have been overcoming COVID. Cutting board. And it has this kind of a strainer thing. I have oiled it with some food safe oil, but I feel like I need to oil it a few more times before I use it. How I'm planning on using it is, like say I'm cutting up and chopping apples, I'll do that here and then I can throw the waste in here, which I think will just be really handy. Another thing I can do, if I really don't want to cut on that board, I can just use one of my other cutting boards. And then I like being able to throw the waste down in here. Then you saw the other thing I did was change out my cabinet handles. And the reason I did that was I wasn't originally planning to, because it does have this black. But when we got the tap and I just sat it there, immediately my eye thought, I need gold. I just really need gold. Another thing I did, which doesn't seem so impressive, but it made a big difference in my life, so I decluttered under the sink. I already had the storage units, but I had been sticking everything in it. Some backup cleaners that needed to go upstairs, and a few mystery items that were probably over 40 years old. So now I know where everything is, And I really wanted to make it so that I didn't have sprays and soaps and a bunch of things sitting on my counter. Of course, this needs to be painted inside. We showed you that, and you already know why there's damage under here. I've ended up with a beautiful sink and a tap. I have an idea for what I'm gonna do for my backsplash. And honestly, I just have some really neat things happening in the house. Of course, Christmas is starting, and you are going to see some Christmas in the very next video. I am just so excited. I can't wait to show you. Thank you so much for hanging in with me while I got through COVID and while I had to miss some videos, and it just made me miss you more than ever. I hope you'll decide to subscribe if you're new, or if you just enjoy watching my videos. So much is going to happen. Lots of neat things around the house, in the kitchen, decorating. I've had plenty of time to think, to come up with some neat things for you. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.